today I will teach you how to make chocolate orbs. And what I discovered, it's not long ago, I discovered that there's an air fryer that can do also the dehydration. That one can. I'll put the brand into the post. That one can. There is a dehydrating function, and then you can reduce the temperature to what you need, which is 46, well, 45 in this case, and then the time is 6. I know it works because I did my chickpea flour, which is the chickpea need to be dehydrated for 24 hours, and then it has to make a flour. It cannot be wet, and it wasn't. They were totally dehydrated, so it works. So, you know, you would be limited in what you can do because that's the size of the tray. So, you know, like when I make crackers, it's a 14 by 14, but, you know, you can make them this way as well. So that's an option, and it's a less expensive option. Just going to leave this on top. So let's start with the chocolate orbs. Put our bowl on the scale, then 0, and then we simply add coconut, shredded coconut, 104. There we go. And then we add cacao powder, and it has to be raw. And that is 34 grams, so 138. Cacao powder, if it's roasted, it's like, and so then it's called cocoa. It's impossible to cover the taste of being roasted. It requires so much sugar. It is not tasty. And then we add the Nourish. I like to add this product. You have the minerals. I love to have my food, my minerals, whatever it is that I need from food instead of supplements. And that's what you get with this one, is all the minerals that you need to go along with the calcium. So the calcium is absorbed in the bone and your teeth rather than other places in the body, which is bad news if it does that. And then you mix, just mix it well, just like that, while it's all dry. Important to mix before. The next step, we use our blender, put the scale to 0, and we need date paste. And we need 135 of it. And here I will just take my knife to make sure that I'm putting the right quantity. Here we go. And the next ingredient is lemon juice. Now, all my ingredients, not the juice, but the date paste and the coconut oil are at room temperature. It's important because otherwise so the lemon juice is 7 grams. Otherwise, if you have cold date paste and you add your liquefied coconut oil, it will seize. That's not going to work. So it has to be both at room temperature or, you know, at the warmer side. I put it in the dehydrator to warm up, which is easy. Coconut oil, we need to add, looking at my recipe here, not to make mistake, 36 grams. And as you can see, I am not changing my scale because I can just keep adding. And that's because I see the numbers. And that's why it is so easy and fast to prepare food this way. That's why I'm teaching you this way. When I started, my 3 children were 9, 11, and 14, and no time to fuss in the kitchen. So I had to find ways. And also it's precise. For children, and maybe the big kid in the family is very important because otherwise they won't want it again. You know how it goes. And we just blend it a little. We don't over blend it. We don't want the coconut oil turn into coconut butter. Now, mix it with the dry. And because it's all nice and liquid like this, it will be very easy to mix with the dry. Make sure you have a large enough bowl because it will just fly all over the place. A shallow bowl is better than a deep bowl. So as you can see, my bowl here is about 3 times the size of my ingredients. And that's awesome because I can easily mix. It's not, coming out of the bowl. There you go. It's all mixed now. The next step is I will show you. I use portion scooper because they will all be the same size, so they will all be ready at the same time. You can choose to use a smaller one. This is a size 70. You can compare to my hand. And then this is a size 40. So those would be bigger. So you choose what you like to do. So what you do is you simply, I'll do this again. I'm above. Okay. You squeeze. You fill up the spoon or the portion scooper, and then you drop. There you go. So squeeze, fill it up, and drop. And squeeze, and drop. See, as simple as that. And then, imagine it's all, filled up. Now you put in the dehydrator. For 6 hours. And you can see, you cannot hear it. So that's the beauty of it too. The Sedona that I use, or maybe you cannot see because this one is in front of it, but I have 2 Sedona. The Sedona that I use is quiet, just like that. The Excalibur is noisier. The London Sunshine is noisier. The other dehydrator I tried at first was like this round one, like a tower type, noisier. So this is something for you to know. The other one will make more of a noise like a, that sort of noise, which is if it's, your kitchen is not near your living room or your bedroom, or it doesn't matter because it can go on depending on what you do. When I do crackers, it's dehydrate the sprouted grains and seeds and things like that. It's 24 hours. When I do crackers, it's 12. Kale chips, it's 14. So, it can go on while you're actually sleeping or at night when you want to relax. And then you hear the so, so for that reason, you can start with this. It also has the other option of being an air fryer, and you can bake as well in this one. It's a way to start. And then, after that, you can get a better unit like the Sedona. There you go. So this will be ready in 6 hours, and I'll show you the result then. There is one thing I forgot to say. When we do the orbs, we have to flip them because they're on a it's like a sheet right now. So they won't dehydrate underneath. I just did the French. I'm speaking French now. They won't dehydrate underneath. So what you do is after 2 hours, you simply put the other tray on top like this and you flip. As simple as that. And then, as you can see, and then you put them back. So now the other side is dehydrated. By having them like this, you are now dehydrating the other side as well. So do it after 2 hours, and then there'll be 4 hours where they'll be totally exposed. It just takes that little bit of time to dehydrate them so they don't stick to the mesh here. Don't stick to the tray. Okay? As simple as that. Et voilà. They're ready. As simple as that. And then keep them in your fridge because there is still some date syrup, of course, not totally, it's still fudgy. That's what I mean. So it's not totally dry like hard rock and dry. So keep them in your fridge, but they're delicious to eat at room temperature, not when they're just coming out of the fridge. So just something to know about. And they'll keep for a month. Easy, easy, easy. Enjoy. Love food that loves you back.